A homeowner can tell if you're any good before you've picked up a single tool. 90 seconds. That's about all it takes. Not from your resume, not from your sales pitch, from something you're giving off that you don't even know you're giving off. I used to think that was just a feeling people had. Turns out it's real and it's measurable, and once you understand it, you can't unsee it. This has figured something out. I'm Dave. I fix air conditioners over in Kingfisher, and today I'm working through how people read competence in each other fast before anybody's proven anything. There's actual research on this, and it lines up with about everything I've watched happen on a service call for the last 45 years. I've hired a lot of people over the years, and there's something I noticed early on that I couldn't put words to for the longest time. You can usually tell inside the first few minutes whether somebody's going to work out, not from what they say, not from the paper they hand you, something else. The way they look at a system before they lay a hand on it, whether they ask a question or just assume they already know the answer, whether their hands go toward the right thing first or just toward the nearest thing. So I started reading up on this, competence signaling, they call it, and it turns out I wasn't imagining it. It's a real thing, and people read it in each other faster and more accurately and more automatically than any of us realize we're doing. The folks who study experts for a living found something specific. Competent people give themselves away in a particular way. They don't explain first, they look first. Doesn't matter the field. The expert spends more time watching before they act than the beginner does. The beginner starts doing something right away because they're trying to look busy, look useful. The expert is already running the thing in their head. They're quiet and their eyes are moving. There's a fancy term for this, problem representation. All that means is before you can fix something right, you've got to build an accurate picture in your head of what's actually wrong. Experts build that picture better and faster because they've seen a version of it before. They know which questions cut the field down. The beginner doesn't know which questions to ask, so they skip that part and just start turning wrenches. You see it clear as day in a service trade. Green Tech walks in and starts checking the usual suspects in the usual order, whether it fits the situation or not. An experienced tech walks in, listens to the homeowner for 2 minutes, listens to the equipment for 30 seconds, and already has two or three ideas about what it is. Everything after that is confirming, not hunting. And the homeowner feels the difference, even if they couldn't put a name to it. Here's how competence actually gets across in real time. There are three things people read almost instantly, usually with no idea they're reading them. The first one is eye contact while they're listening. A person who knows what they're doing holds steady eye contact while the customer describes the problem. They're building that picture in their head. The beginner's eyes wander. They're either nervous or they're already somewhere else in their mind. The second one is what happens when something surprising turns up. The competent person meets a surprise with calm curiosity. That's interesting. They treat the unexpected as information, something to chew on. The beginner gets rattled or gets defensive because a surprise wrecks the script they were leaning on. The third one is how they talk about what they found. A competent person describes the problem plainly and without any drama. Your capacitor's reading weak. It's still in spec, but it'll likely give out before next summer. That's a specific thing with a cause and a consequence attached. The beginner either over-explains to fill the quiet or under-explains because they're scared of being wrong. There's research out of the service world showing customers can tell a competent provider from a poor one with surprising accuracy after a tiny sliver of interaction. Sometimes 30 seconds of silent video, no sound at all. That's how legible these signals are. Here's what I've pulled out of this over 45 years. The technical knowledge matters. You've got to know what you're doing. But knowledge you can't get across clearly is worth a whole lot less than it ought to be. Customers are reading your competence signals, whether you know it or not, and the signals that land the hardest aren't the complicated ones. They're the basics. Do you look at the system before you touch it? Do you actually listen to what the homeowner is telling you, or are you just waiting for them to quit talking? When you find something, do you show it to them and say what it means in words a regular person understands? And when you don't know something, do you say so clean and go find out? Or do you guess and hedge and hope? The best techs I've ever worked with all share one thing. They're completely at peace, not knowing something in the moment. No ego about it. They'll say, I'm not sure, let me check that, and then they go check it. That confidence in the process instead of fake confidence in the answer is a confidence signal all by itself. Customers respond to it even if they couldn't tell you why they trust it. So here's what I figured out. You can't fake confidence for long. You can prop it up with body language and a confident voice for a little while, but the picture in your head either holds under pressure or it falls apart. The customers who've trusted me for 20 plus years didn't decide that because I told them to. They decided it the first time I found something real and showed them exactly what I was looking at and why it mattered. That's the whole game right there. Show your work, not in a showy way, in a plain way. Let them see you're looking at the right thing for the right reason and that you know the difference between those two. That's how you know somebody's good, and that's how they come to know you are. This has figured something out. I'm Dave Hartzell. Thanks for riding along with me. Call 405-375-4822 or book at hartzellsheetair.com.